Hello, wonderhussie here in Chicago, that toddling town. That's right, I made it to the end of my cross-country Route 66 adventure all the way from Santa Monica to Chicago. And I had a lot of people warn me about coming here. Ooh, wonderhussie, be careful, it's dangerous. Well, I have the sense not to go into the really bad parts of town, even though I really want to because I'm curious. Out here, it is just fine. I mean, look how beautiful this fountain is with the iconic Chicago skyline behind it. All these amazing skyscrapers. What I think is cool is there's like foggy kind of clouds in between them. It feels a lot like being in San Francisco because of all the buildings and the fact that the air is cool and moist and the fact that there's friggin' techno music blasting in the background. I think it's because it's Gay Pride weekend starting tomorrow, and so there's gonna be a whole bunch of gay folks prancing and a dancing around this beautiful park. I hope they have better weather for it. It's really cold today. We rolled into town yesterday and it was perfect. Blue sky with fluffy white clouds, kind of, I think it was about 75, 77 degrees. We came cruising right down this street here. I can't remember what it's called. Lakeshore Drive? Mumford knows. Mumford is from here, so he navigated while Cookie drove me, him, and Turbo in the pink Edsel all the way down the street. It was absolutely amazing. We went down there to Navy Pier and had a party, and it was fantastic. But that was yesterday. Today's today. Weather changed here. I guess the weather can vary quite a bit here in Chicago. I'm filming this on June 26th, and it's cold. Good thing I brought this puffer coat. I didn't think I would ever need it as hot as it was in Needles and Barstow and Missouri. I mean, I was dying. But out here on the shores of Lake Michigan, it's downright chilly. That's what another thing that makes me feel like I'm in San Francisco. It feels like we're by the dang ocean, and this just blows my mind. I've never been to the Great Lakes, so I can't conceive of a lake so big that you can't even see the other shore, but that's the case here. And I'll show you, except for there's a big rig blocking the view. Right on the other side of this street here is the lake, and you can look out across the lake as far as you can see and not see the other side. Pretty impressive. I think Mumford agreed to go down and walk to the actual beach with me. I'm curious to see what the beach is like. I kind of thought I might want to skinny dip while I was here, but there's no way I'm skinny dipping when the weather is this cold. But it's just been a wonderful day to walk around. Me and Mumford just walked all over town. We went and had breakfast at this place and had some coffee and saw this, saw that. We went to this amazing Western wear store called Alcala's. You wouldn't think there'd be a Western wear store in Chicago. It doesn't seem like a Western place, but holy cow, it was the best Western wear store I've ever been in. They had hundreds of pairs of boots, amazing hats. They had a $15,000 silver belt. They had a $25,000 pair of custom-made Elvis Presley cowboy boots. They had pictures of Graceland and Elvis on them. Unbelievable place. Anyway, now we're here at this Buckingham Fountain, and I needed to make a little video because in addition to being the day after, I mean, look how beautiful this park is. This is Chicago, y'all. Don't believe everything you read on the news. I'm sure there's terrible parts of town, but all day today we've been walking all over and we've seen nothing but nice folks, amazing food. I just think it's a great place, and I would love to spend more time here because I'm so freaking tired, y'all. I am so tired from that Route 66 trip. It took a lot out of me, but I've been dragging myself all around town, up and down the stairs, because this is my only chance to be here. We're leaving tomorrow. We got a hotel over yonder. We stayed there last night, and oh my God, I got a great night's sleep. But it was really hard to get going in the morning. But I did because I wanted to see as much as I could. And today is June 26th. You know what that means? That means that today is the 1-year anniversary after I made that ill-advised pledge to eat my hat, because I said a year ago I was making a video just like this, walking around the desert out where I live in Death Valley, talking about how the Australian government confiscated my cell phone. Okay, you remember I went to Australia last May of 2025. I was filming just outside the Pine Gap super secret CIA, NSA, Australian federal government joint collaboration spy base, whatever you want to call it. And I thought I was in an area where it was okay to be, but it wasn't. And so the very kind, handsome Australian federal police officers took my phone. And well, if you watch those videos, you know what happened. I had used Bill's phone. It was this whole thing. They never did give it back to me. So a year ago, I'm making this video talking about it and talking about how all these negative people were emailing me saying, "Oh, you're never going to get that phone back, wonderhussie." And so in that video, which I shot 1 year ago today, I said, I have faith in people, and I'll bet you anything I will have my phone back within a year. And if I don't have my phone back within a year, I'll eat my hat. Well, here it is 1 year later, and I don't technically have my phone back yet. As a matter of fact, before I set out on this Route 66 trip, I thought to myself, okay, what am I going to do if I don't have my phone back? Okay, I'm going to be in Chicago on that day. I don't actually want to eat one of these hats because they're made out of 100% petroleum byproducts, and that can't be good for you. Although I would, I'm a person of my word. So I thought, okay, well, maybe I'll get one of those fancy cakes. They can make those fancy cakes shaped like anything. And so Mumford told me about this bakery that could make any kind of cake in Chicago. And I thought, all right, I'll have them make a hat-shaped cake, and I'll just eat that. And so I submitted a request for a quote to that bakery, but they never got back to me, which is probably for the best for two reasons. One, it probably would have been super expensive. And two, come to find out, it's not necessary. Okay, I don't actually have my phone back, but yesterday morning on the 25th, 364 days after I made that pledge, kind of like a last minute stay of execution from the governor, I got an email from the Australian federal government. I'm not kidding. I got this email that purported to be from the Australian federal government saying, all right, we've determined that we're not going to prosecute and we can return your phone to you, blah, 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 call this number. And I was like, there's no way this is real because the timing was way too coincidental. 1 day before I'm getting ready to eat my hat, then they finally email me. I thought it had to have been a prank by a viewer. So I forwarded the email to my friend Bill, who I went down there with. Remember Bill? And he's a double PhD scientist, so he's very smart and analytical. I go, Bill, you look at this email and you tell me what you think. Well, he looked at it and did some research, and he thought, I think it's legit. So he called the number. Last night he has free international calling. He called them, and by golly, it was real. They are sending my phone back. Isn't that amazing? I told you I was gonna get it back. Neener, neener, neener. Anyway, it's not that easy. Come to find out, so the phone is at Pine Gap, which is in the middle of nowhere. Kind of about, I don't know, a half hour outside this town that's in the middle of nowhere called Alice Springs. So basically what I have to do is I have to get a courier, hire a courier to go from Alice Springs to Pine Gap, pick up the phone, or bring a padded envelope, I guess. I don't know, it's complicated. I have to have a padded envelope to mail it to, but I can't send it directly to me. I have to send it to an Australian address. So, calling all my Australian viewers, and I already posted about this on Facebook, so I know I've got several people in Australia who watch my channel. If any one of you is willing to help me with this, I'd be much obliged. I just need somebody's address in Australia that this courier can address the padded envelope to, and then I guess he'll go to Pine Gap, get it, and mail it to you, and then you have to mail it, repackage it, and mail it to me in the United States. Oh dang, poor Mumford is standing over there. He's probably freezing his tuchus off because it's a chilly day and he's just wearing a t-shirt. So I'll wrap this up quickly. Basically, I just need somebody in Australia who's willing to help me out and be a part of this crazy caper. I will reimburse you all the costs of mailing it to me, because not only will you have to mail the phone to me, you're also going to have to pay the dang tariffs. Remember the tariffs? The dang federal government enacted these, well, I won't say what I was going to say, tariffs. So, I don't know. Bill figures the cost of all this, hiring the courier and mailing it and paying the, he thinks it'll only work out to be about $50 US, which you might think, why even pay $50? You already got another phone, just let them destroy it. Well, no, it's the principle of the thing and the fact that I'd love to be able to wave it in the face of all the naysayers and haters. It would also be nice to have a backup phone, because it's the same phone as the one I'm using now, for $50. I mean, what a deal. Not so fast. The phone I'm using now, I got from my insurance. Okay, I always have phone insurance. And when that all happened and I got back to the US and realized they're not going to give me my phone back anytime soon, I called my insurance. I said, do you guys cover confiscation by a foreign government? And they said they did. So I had to pay a $250 deductible or something like that, $270. And they sent me this phone that I'm still using to this day, which a year is a long time for me with one phone. Usually I drop them in a hot spring or break. What I was trying to say was that usually my phone breaks by now. I don't usually have cell phones last an entire year. Unfortunately, the video I was shooting cut off because I ran out of space on my phone. I shot so much video on that dang Route 66 trip that my phone is completely full. So I had to come back here to the hotel and delete some footage in order to shoot the rest. It's actually the next day and I'm getting ready to check out and sadly start heading back home. But before I leave, well, I wanted to shoot this video talking about eating my hat, my other hat. This is the room we were staying in, by the way. Way nicer than most of the places we stayed on our Route 66 journey. I mean, in addition to that Motel 6 in Needles, where the guy was selling bricks of coke out of one of the rooms all night, we also stayed, or almost stayed, in a hotel in Oklahoma City. There was some kind of mix-up at the check-in, and so Turbo ended up booking me and Mumford somewhere else. But Cookie and the guys did stay there, and when they went to get in bed and they pulled the bedspread back, a crack pipe rolled out of the bedspread. A crack pipe! So, staying here in the Crown Plaza in Chicago was a really nice treat after some of the ups and downs of Route 66. Here's one final look at the beautiful city of Chicago from the balcony. It's cool. I haven't really stayed in very many hotels that have balconies. This has an amazing view of the entire city, or a big chunk of the city. The lake is that way. That's west. That's the direction we're going to be headed today on our way back home. I really did enjoy my time in this hotel. We stayed here 2 nights just to sort of rest and relax before we head back and see some of the city. But I liked spying into some of these windows, like on this high-rise condo building. It goes up, 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 up. You can see right through the windows, especially at night, and you can watch what the people were doing. And oh my God, for a nosy person like me, it was a blast. If I lived in a city like this, which I can actually see myself doing, I'd have a freaking telescope on my balcony so that I could spy into each and every one of these thousands of apartments and hotel rooms all around me. Like, look, there's somebody up there right now on the roof of that thing. There's some dude hanging out. Oh, looks like he might be walking his dog. That's the thing. When you live in a city like this, you can't just go walk your dog willy-nilly. So this place across the street, they also have a dog park, which I've been watching folks take their dogs out to pee and poop and play in this little yard the entire time I've been here. Really interesting, and I'm certainly going to miss it, but I will come back to Chicago again because, oh my God, it's an amazing city and there's so much cool stuff that I didn't see. It was nowhere near as dangerous as everybody was warning me, especially if you stick to the tourist areas. So I don't know, you guys, maybe you need to turn off the news and just go out into the real world and see for yourself what's going on. Anyway, back to my phone. I think what I was talking about when I got cut off was that it's going to cost somewhere around at least $50. I think Bill might have underestimated. It'll probably be more like $100 to get the phone back, which, you know, to have an entire second phone would be a good deal, right? I mean, I have the phone I'm using now. It's the exact same phone. It's a Samsung S25, I think, Ultra. It's a nice phone with a great camera, so it'd be great to have a backup, you know? $100, that's cheap for one of those phones. Well, not so fast. I can't keep the replacement, or I can't keep the original when I do get it back, because I called my insurance when it happened and asked them, hey, when it became clear that I wasn't going to get the phone back, I called my insurance and I said, hey, do you guys cover confiscation by a foreign government? And they said yes, but they said if I do get the original phone back, then I would have to return it. And since I'm an ethical person and I'm publicly posting about this on YouTube and don't want to get arrested for insurance fraud, I will have to return the phone when I finally get it back. But that's okay. All I really want is two things. One, I want to be able to wave it in the face of all the naysayers. You're never going to get that phone back, wonderhussie. Ha ha, yes I did. Two, the footage on it. They said I have to delete, or they're going to have to delete the footage that I shot of Pine Gap. But all the stuff I shot leading up to that in Alice Springs, I should be able to keep that. And it's pretty interesting in Alice Springs. So hopefully once I get the phone back, I can at least download all the footage off of it before I send it back to the fine folks at Assurant, my insurance company, and use that to make another video. The lost footage of Wonderhussey's Australian adventure, Wonder Down Under. Won't that be fun? Anyway, I guess the long and the short of it is, the whole reason I'm making this video is just to say that I won't be eating my hat. And because I already posted on Facebook yesterday talking about the situation and asking if I had any Aussie viewers who'd be willing to have my phone mailed to them and then mail it to me, I got like, oh my gosh, I probably got like 15 responses from different folks down under who said they would be absolutely happy to let me use their address. So thank you to everyone who offered. I think I have somebody all squared away and worked out, but I don't know, man. We'll see. One thing I've learned from all of this is the road goes on forever and the party never ends. Okay, my Australian adventure technically ended when I flew back here end of last May. But guess what? Now that I got word from the friggin' federal police that this whole phone thing is going on, it's like the adventure is still going. And so that's kind of also my hope for this Route 66 trip. Yes, I have all my bags loaded up here, and I'm getting ready to go down to the lobby and leave. No more Route 66 for me. But the cool thing about this adventure was we did this trip backwards. Okay, we went from Santa Monica to Chicago instead of going from east to west like most people do. And that means, like the guy in Santa Monica said, we went from the destination to the journey. Well, we're not at the end here. We're at the beginning. We're at the beginning of who knows how many adventures. We're at the beginning of our trip back west. We're at the beginning of the summer. We're at the beginning of who knows what we're at the beginning of. All I can say is I know it's certain not to be boring because there's never a dull moment in the life of wonderhussie. Okay, I better get all my bags because Mumford just went to go get the truck and I got to bring everything downstairs and I'm not sure I can carry it all in one trip and it's already 11:24. I'm already 24 minutes late checking out of this room and we don't want to get charged any more than we already were for this beautiful room in the beautiful city of Chicago, in the beautiful state of Illinois, in the beautiful United States of America. I'll see you down the road.